We welcome you to the Power Circuit. This program is brought to you by the Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, a foremost agency responsible for transmitting bulk electricity across states in Nigeria. Through this program, TCN brings to your doorsteps information and key insights about the Nigerian electricity supply industry. I'm Amara Agugesian. Here are the lineups for this episode. TCN's top management hold two-day meeting in Abuja. TCN Kaduna region seeks police collaboration to tackle vandalism and right-of-way encroachment. In the interview segment, Engineer Emmanuel Abba, the General Manager, Transmission, TCN Port Harcourt region, will be speaking to the vast nature of the region that covers several states and how TCN manages bulk electricity delivery across distribution load centers in this region. The Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, has held a meeting of its top management team in Abuja. The meeting was to review operational challenges across the network and workforce and develop actionable solutions to drive both immediate and sustained improvements within the company.
The Executive Director, Transmission Service Provider, TSP, Engineer Dr. Oluwagbenga Ajiboye, and all the General Managers of the 10 regions of TCN and their counterparts in the corporate headquarters were commended for their role in reducing the transmission loss factor across the nation's transmission network. The Managing Director and CEO of TCN, Engineer Dr. Sule Ahmed Abdulaziz, while declaring open a two-day quarterly meeting of the Executive Directors and all TCN General Managers in Abuja in his commendation, described the achievement as evidence that collective effort is producing measurable improvements in system efficiency.
I wish to sincerely commend the Executive Director, Transmission Service Provider, Engineer Dr. Oluwagbenga Ajiboye, and all of you for your outstanding effort which have contributed to the reduction in transmission loss factor across the network. This achievement reflects not just commitment to duty, but also demonstrate that our collective efforts are yielding measurable improvement in system efficiency.
He urged the team to consolidate on the gains by delivering tangible improvements in core operational and managerial performance in key areas, including aligning regional operations with management's strategic direction to build a more robust transmission network.
I encourage you all to sustain and build on this momentum. I'm mindful that in the regions you continue to operate under challenging conditions. Open all the necessary requirements. Your residence and dedication in spite of this constraint are deeply appreciated. Be assured that management is actively reviewing this gap and taking steps to address them.
Engineer Abdulaziz also reaffirmed management's commitment to continue to provide a conducive working environment. He called on staff to approach the tasks ahead with renewed energy, shared purpose, and steadfast dedication to duty, noting that sustained progress requires both technical excellence and personal accountability.
Executive management will not hesitate to take appropriate and firm measures against any general manager found wanting in the discharge of these responsibilities. At the same time, those who demonstrated exceptional performance and commitment will be duly recognized and supported.
Earlier in his welcome address, the Executive Director, TSP, Engineer Dr. Oluwagbenga Ajiboye, stated that the meeting was convened to appraise company performance, identify operational challenges, and set strategic plans for the future.
Going forward, we will make sure we do this meeting as we planned from the beginning of 2025. We will make sure quarterly we do it. And I believe, maybe considering we might not spend 2 days if we don't have much issue to discuss. But today, this one we are going to spend 2 days. So So while I pray for good education, I pray that we find solution to our problem.
The Executive Director, Human Resources and Corporate Services, Mrs. Abiodun Afolabi, emphasized the need to strengthen workforce readiness for TSP's strategic delivery. She noted the importance of rebalancing technical and non-technical staffing to better support TSP's operational mandate and of addressing upcoming retirements in technical roles to sustain continuity and stability.
The critical next steps are to validate the current workforce distribution, strengthen technical manpower capacity, identify technical roles that are vulnerable to retirement or attrition, and intensify training interventions for both newly regularized and experienced staff. HR therefore considers these actions necessary for improving workforce readiness and supporting the effective delivery of TSP strategic objectives.
Also speaking at the event, the Executive Director, Finance and Accounts, Mr. Chukwuka Ochije, appreciated staff for sustaining operations despite limited resources.
What I would actually appeal to all of us that to still put in our best. We know that the institution will improve. But I strongly believe the effort we are making towards getting our funding that is with the government very soon to come to light.
On the day 2 of the program, the general managers made presentations on their achievements and challenges they are facing in their duties. The Executive Director, Transmission Service Provider, Dr. Oluwabenga Ajiboye, in his closing remarks, thanked the general managers for their efforts and urged them to do more.
Give hope to the people you encounter. Give hope to the people around you. Make them to smile. Make them to be happy. We cannot talk it enough. It's painful, but the rule says you must hope. If not, we will keep you. I thank you for your contribution and everything you have done. And I thank all of you for the contribution you have been making.
At the end of the 2-day meeting, key resolutions were reached on the way forward and will be presented to the MDCEO for implementation.
The management of the Transmission Company of Nigeria TCN Kaduna region has intensified efforts to safeguard critical power infrastructure through strategic collaboration with security agencies. In this regard, the regional management paid a courtesy visit to the Divisional Police Officer DPO at the Mando Divisional Police Headquarters, Chief Superintendent of Police Shuaibu Patiku.
The visit was aimed at strengthening cooperation between TCN and the Nigerian Police Force in addressing the persistent challenges of vandalism and right-of-way encroachment within the Mando Division and its surrounding communities. The TCN delegation was warmly received by the DPO and senior officer of the division. Speaking during the visit, the General Manager, Transmission, Kaduna Region, Engineer Nasir Mansour Fada, expressed appreciation for the continued support of Nigerian Police Force in protecting critical national infrastructure.
Transmission Company of Nigeria Kaduna Region which covers Kaduna, part of Katsina State, Zamfara State, Sokoto State, and almost all Kebbi State. The purpose of our visit is there was this directive from our MDCO that we should go around and interact with our stakeholders, our associates, and our neighbors. Fortunately, Nigerian Police Force Apaka Divisional Office fall into all these three. We are our neighbors, we are stakeholders, and we are also people that we work together with. And on behalf of my MDCU, I would like to extend his appreciation of TCN to you and my men for the cooperation we have been enjoying from your own side in terms of safety and security of national infrastructure that belongs to the Transmission Company of Nigeria.
TCN appealed for enhanced security patrol along transmission corridors in the Mando area, improved intelligence sharing, and swift response to reported cases of vandalism and encroachment.
We are also directed to solicit for more cooperation with you people because we are all stakeholders in this national development. We are all aware of the situation in the country, most especially when it comes to this vandalization of anything. We, Transmission Company of Nigeria, we have huge investment in terms of our towers that transverse into areas that we cannot provide 24 hours vigilance on them because they are mostly located away from the major cities. And this vandalization of 18 is really giving us headache. It costs us money, interruption of power supply, and other associated inconveniences. So we cannot do it alone. We need your support, and that's one of the reasons why we decided to come and see you. Personally appreciate you and solicit for more support.
Engineer Fada also said that TCN was further collaborating with other agencies to support prompt protection of transmission infrastructure in Kaduna region.
We have actually engaged all other stakeholders like the NDA, Nigerian Air Force, Civil Defense, and vigilante traditional institutions, all of them, because we all have to work hand in hand together for us to achieve what we want to achieve, safeguard national infrastructure.
In his response, CPS Shuaibu Patiko pledged closer collaboration between the police and TCN to ensure offenders are apprehended and prosecuted in accordance with the law.
And our own stake here is security, of which we promise that we shall be giving security to your facility, because see you here, see us here. We are just very close by, and we shall continue to do that by the special grace of God. You are welcome, sir.
Thank you very much.
So I wish that you extend the profound gratitude of the Commissioner of Police to your MD and CEO.
The engagement underscores TCN Kaduna Region's proactive approach to safeguarding transmission assets through multi-agency cooperation.
As the demand for reliable power continues to grow, strengthened partnerships between infrastructure managers and security agencies remain vital in ensuring the stability and safety of Nigeria's transmission network. Coming your way shortly is the interview segment of the Power Circuit, just after this timeout.
The Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, transmits bulk electricity from power generating companies, GenCos, to distribution load centers of distribution companies, DISCOs, nationwide. At TCN, we transport bulk electricity at very high voltage to discos, who now off-take it and distributes it directly to electricity customers nationwide. TCN does not generate electricity. We transport the quantum of power generated to distribution load centers. TCN does not distribute electricity directly to electricity consumers. Our job stops where that of the discos begin. TCN, transmitting bulk electricity in the most efficient and effective manner.
This is the interview segment of the Power Circuit. Today we have with us Engineer Emmanuel Anyebunam Apa. He is the General Manager Transmission, TCN Port Harcourt Region. You will hear him speak about the strategies TCN deploys to deliver bulk electricity transmission services within Rivers, Akwa Ibom, Cross River and Bayelsa states. What is the transmission capacity and coverage area of the Port Harcourt region?
Port Harcourt region takes care of about 6 states, and the states are Port Harcourt, that's River State. We have Bayelsa, we have Akwa Ibom, we have Cross River. These are within South-South. And then the Southeast, we have Abia and Imo State. We have about 4 sub-regions. Port Harcourt sub-region, Aloji sub-region, Afam sub-region, and Calabar sub-region. And then we have 2 work centers. That is Owerri Work Center and Uyo Work Center. These work centers and sub-regions, they have different capacities. Aloji, for example, Aloji is having about 1,275 MVA capacity, that is installed capacity. And the Afam has about 434 MVA installed capacity. And Calabar has about 630 MVA installed capacity. Owerri has, Port Harcourt has about 905 MVA installed capacity. Owerri has about 188 MVA installed capacity. And the U has about 315 installed capacity. When you add all of them, the total capacity for Port Harcourt region, that is installed capacity, is 4,207 MVA.
What are the key projects executed recently in this region?
The projects we are actually having now are more or less rehabilitation of substations. Actually, all the substations, most of the substations have been rehabilitated by some contractors that's under PMU and under other bilateral agencies. Have been funded by other bilateral agencies. In our region, the main contractor doing some of all this rehabilitation is Akai. Port Harcourt town and Port Harcourt main substations, transmission substations, are going through a kind of overhaul by these contractors. When I mean overhaul, some of the old equipment like circuit breakers and isolators have been replaced, and even some transformers. In Port Harcourt town, we replaced about one number 250 MVA transformer. And in Port Harcourt town, we currently have replaced one number 60 MVA, and we are currently replacing another 100 MVA transformer, 13233. The same thing applies in Aloji. In Aloji, Port Harcourt town, we installed 100 MVA transformer, 13233, and then in Aloji TS, this rehabilitations work is seriously ongoing. Some breakers have been changed, isolators have been changed. And also in Calabar sub-region, Adiabo, 150 MVA transformer has been installed, has just been installed. We are here to commission that, which will soon do. And all over other states, in Itu, that is not Uyo Work Center, we equally installed 100 MVA transformer, 13233 has been installed and commissioned. So these are most of the jobs that are on project going on. So it's more or less rehabilitation, no, not a new substation, but rehabilitation of some of all these equipment that are due for replacement. That's actually what we are doing.
Are there challenges affecting smooth operation in the Port Harcourt region?
One of the greatest problems is the issue of vandalism. On my inception to this place, the first challenge I had was when we had 20 towers, 132 kV towers collapse as a result of the activities of vandalism. That is the supply from Ahoda to Yenagoa. We had 20 towers collapse because of the result of these activities of these hoodlums. So that was a very big challenge, the first challenge I had faced when I reported there. And it's not just confined to those areas. We go to Bayelsa, we go to Akwa Ibom, we go to some part of Cross River, we go to Owerri. It's always 1 week, one trouble. On the daily basis, there has been issue of vandalism. And of course, when you see the vegetation, the area, it's a mangrove region. The terrain are not easily accessible. And because of this, sometimes swamp, within some areas, sometimes in the year, we may not even have a way to access some of these location of these towers. So of course, it has been a very big challenge.
You just heard from Engineer Emmanuel Akpa, the General Manager Transmission, TCN Port Harcourt Region. He restated TCN's commitment to continue to boost the bulk electricity transmission capacity within the Port Harcourt region as part of TCN's nationwide transmission network expansion goals. In today's episode, we brought to you the following highlights. TCN's top management hold 2-day meeting in Abuja. TCN Kaduna Region seeks police collaboration to tackle vandalism and right-of-way encroachment. Through the interview segment, we brought to you a session with Engineer Emmanuel Akpa, the General Manager Transmission, TCN Port Harcourt Region. Engineer Akpa restated TCN's commitment to boost the bulk electricity transmission capacity within the Port Harcourt region as part of TCN's nationwide transmission network expansion goals. The Power Circuit, your go-to television program for in-depth coverage of Nigeria's power sector, brings you closer to developments in the power sector. We also urge you to support the growth of the power sector by staying vigilant and helping to protect transmission infrastructure, including lines, towers, and substations in your community. Please report any suspicious activity to TCN officials or the nearest security agency. I'm Amara Agugesi. Let's catch up soon.